Hello, you just made a bad future. Welcome to the Sonic CD playthrough. I am FDA.
And I'm Smoothies. Oh, and my name is Sky.
And welcome back to the Sonic CD. I hate this game. I'm just gonna get out the way. I hate this game. It's not a good game.
I disagree.
This is a fantastic commentary. Jesus Christ.
But no, we are
Terrible.
we are here to talk over the remake, the 2012 remake of Sonic CD, pretty much 2011 remake made from scratch by Christian Taxman Whitehead, and it's pretty good, you know. One thing you know, Skylar, who is a self-confessed purist, is selecting the Sonic 2 Spin Dash.
Bullshit.
You are, man. You're like the classic games. Why are you showing us this shit for? Like, who
Well,
cares?
I'm showing off the extra shit in the game.
You're showing off the fact that you haven't got most of the achievements. Good job there. Good job.
Yeah, because I've got them on Xbox.
I thought you was playing this on Xbox, and you already showed off Tails. You're ruining the game.
It already shows his silhouette.
Now, one thing you're gonna notice on this, the fact that Skylar selected the Japanese soundtrack. One thing you can notice is that this song is lacking lyrics, and that's because apparently the person who owned the lyrics basically copyrighted them, and Sega didn't have the copyright. Unfortunately, he passed away, I believe, a few years ago, and Sega were not able to ascertain the copyrights to these lyrics again before this game was released. And so we have Sonic You Can Do Anything and Cosmic Eternity lyricless, which for my money makes them vastly superior to listen to.
Oh, what? You don't want Toot Toot Sonic Warrior?
I don't.
Oh.
You know what's weird? The fact that this is now lyricless, this actually makes it sound like the All Stars Racing Transform mix of it.
And also the Green Hills from Sonic 2 on the Master System.
One thing I want to say, I love this intro. I think this and the Sonic Unleashed intro are two of the best cutscenes in the franchise.
I don't ever remember this being in widescreen.
It wasn't. It's actually zoomed in to make it fit in widescreen. I know. They zoomed in, and it makes the picture slightly fuzzier, which it's like. I mean, I get why they did it to make it widescreen, but at the same time, I'm like. I like viewing things in the original aspect ratio, so you know this was full screen. I would have preferred it if they just kept it full screen. Just the first of many missteps on this game. So Skylar, you enjoyed this game the most. Please tell us why.
Well, I completely understand why people hate this game, and funny enough, the very same reasons people hate this game are the very same reasons that I love this game. It's not a traditional Sonic, classic Sonic game. You're not going fast all the time. It's more about platforming and exploration, and I like that.
So you like this game because it has ungodly bad level design. Okay, good to know.
Okay, put words in my mouth.
I did. I put my fish in your mouth in a second.
Now you can see that. Alright, I was the one recording this game. I have a past here. Obviously, the main gimmick of this game is time travel, and you have two ways to get a good ending in this game. You can either collect the time stones, which are this game's equivalent of the Chaos Emeralds, or you can do this. And travel back in time. And in the level, it's got an altered layout. There are four different layouts for each zone, as they're called in this game. And I am traveling up here to the, I guess we'll call them the robot generators. These basically help me out here.
These robot generators are machines that generate robots. Hence the name. Hence the name robot generator. It's basically in the past of every level, there's a robot generator, and as we can see here, a hologram of Metal Sonic. Destroying both in the past of every level would ensure Sonic makes a good future and give you the good ending. One thing I do actually like about CD is that it actually gives you two ways. You know, as I said, it gives you two different ways of getting the good ending, which is I like that, because I hate the special stages in this game. They fucking suck. And so, you know, going into the past for me is the lesser of two evils.
Have you ever played the Gems Collection version of this game?
Yes, the Gem Collection version was actually the first version list I've ever played.
same. The special stages in that version were really sped up. And by the way, if you're in the president that spot, Amy will be there, but I didn't want to waste time going back to the president. The president.
The president. Mr. President, can you hear me?
Why wasn't this game called The Legend of Sally?
What the fuck?
What?
The Stones of Time.
Well, see, it could have been in America because, of course, as Sky said, you know, Amy Rose was first introduced in this game. For some reason, in the American instruction manual, I think just because at the time SatAM was on television, Amy Rose is miscorrectly labeled as Princess Sally, which would confuse countless people. Well, it would confuse 2 people in the history of the world. Now, I hate these special stages. It's like a nice idea. I like the fact that it kind of plays like F-Zero, running around in kind of like a 360-degree like space. But the controls aren't very good. The hit detection on the UFOs isn't perfect. A lot of times you will, I mean, even in this version, you will jump through them when like you really should hit them.
The controls to me are kind of like a cross between Secret Rings and like an old PS1 survival horror game with tank controls. Yeah, they're not that great.
Yeah.
So Steven, what do you think of Sonic CD?
It's a game. But, no, seriously, it's a game. It's not my favorite Sonic game, but it's certainly not my least favorite. It's just, it's very bland, and these, as Gareth said earlier, these level designs are just horrendous. They prevent you from actually going anywhere. Like, Skylar, I can even tell what you're trying to do. Like, why can't the objective just be go to the right? Because I think that works. But instead it's like, go somewhere, I don't know, you figure it out.
It's like I said earlier, that's one of the things I like about this game. It's definitely a niche sort of game as far as classic Sonic goes. It's not just go to the right. You know, you have to find your way around and come up with your own creative paths. There are actually a lot of strategically placed badniks in this game.
And look up for no reason. And
I try to give my playthroughs character, alright?
Well, by sucking at him. Good job. Good job, Sky. You know, one thing I will say is that along the levels you can see that there are rings that are kind of trapped in buildings, and as Sky said, when you go to different time periods, the level design changes, which is it's a fairly interesting like gimmick. I grant you that, but as me and Steven have already said, I just don't think the levels are well designed really. Like in any of them, they're just either boring or bland, or in the case of Wacky Workbench, making you want to commit.
Okay, I will defend Sonic CD, but not Wacky Workbench.
Could you imagine if Wacky Workbench was in like Generations? How bad that would have been.
I'm trying to picture it in my head right now. I really can't. I don't know if that's because I don't have the ability to, or my brain really doesn't want to.
See, I would have loved kind of like the special stages in 3D Blast. I would have liked actual levels like this, you know, not just like crappy special stages.
Mm-hmm.
And what does this have to do with the little planet destroying UFOs? Like, I don't get the context of this in relation to the game as a whole. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Sky, like what? Seriously, what?
I don't have all the answers.
And why does touching water make time go down for?
Well, Sonic can't swim, so it's to simulate his drowning.
Okay. And so, obviously, because these time stones are different than the other Chaos Emeralds, the time stones are like, they're pretty much the same size as Sonic, as you saw that, holding one, covered up his stomach and most of his face. These things are fucking huge.
But at the same time, if you get the bad ending, it shows a clip with Robotnik holding one of the time stones, and they're tiny in his hands.
Great job there, Sega. Great continuity.
Sega in charge of continuity since 1991.
Now we're coming up to one of the weaker aspects in the game as a whole to me, and the boss. In general, the bosses suck in this game, I think.
Well, I'll talk about the bosses a little more in depth later because I honestly don't even
I
don't bother with this one. But I will say, well, the thing I like about the bosses, they're more, they're not just the basic, you know, hit this guy 8 times. There's more of an
Yes,
objective.
it was. You just did that.
Yeah, Scarlet. Yeah, Scarlet. Yeah, it wasn't hit. This
Apart
guy,
from this one.
He was hit this guy 3 times. Okay, bye. Good job.
Yes, I know. Palmtree Panic is not the best as when it comes to bosses.
The part's over, Skylar.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Okay, bye.